It's 2023, and I'm sitting in my class. The air is filled with chatter and movement and noise and everything that would be in a classroom. And then there's me, just this island of silence. My eyes are darting around. I kind of look like a weirdo, to be honest. Like my shoulders are tucked in. You know, I'm looking around myself. I'm looking around me with this weird glare almost. And while I was silent physically, in my head, the noise was rampant. The thoughts were racing across my head. Oh, she's fucking ugly, bro. What the fuck? Or, I don't deserve to be here. Why am I wasting my time in school? What the fuck is wrong? What? What the hell? Like, I'm looking around, and I'm also judging all these people. I'm better than you. I'm fucking better than you. You idiot. I bet you just came back from vaping, bro. Like, oh my god. Like, I'm just looking around, and I'm judging. So many judgmental thoughts race through my head. But then the bell rings, and I get up, and I walk out. I go home. And whenever I'm home, whenever I'm on my way home, I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? You know what would be cool? If I worked on my business, or if I went to the gym, or if I read a book. Yeah, I'd be super productive. Yeah, because I'm epic like that. Yeah, right. And then I get home, and I'm a little bit tired. You know, I'm not feeling that great. Oh, you know, I'll just lay in my bed for a little bit. You know, I throw my bag onto my door, and I lay in my bed. And almost instantly, it was almost instant. Like, I probably didn't even notice it. My phone was in my face again. You know? There I was, scrolling for hours. Hours and hours and hours. And then suddenly, something interesting pops up on my feed. Something interesting when I'm scrolling. Ooh, what's this? I have to look a little bit closer. And suddenly, again, without even realizing it, I'm in my bathroom. And 3 minutes later, I emerge with a disgruntled look on my face. I just relapsed on my nofap streak after watching some BS on TikTok, bro. Yeah, my life is so much better than all of those people that I was just judging and telling myself, like, oh yeah, I'm so much better than you. I wasn't. You know, for most of my life, I've been pretty egotistical and arrogant, thinking like, oh yeah, you know, I'm so much better than these people. I think it's come from kind of this insecurity that I had in middle school whenever I was like skinny fat, and I had like no physical ability, bro. Like the guys I know can attest to this, bro. Like, we would play flag football, and I would always be open, right? Because I was like kind of fast. But I would always be open, and I'd never catch the ball. Never. Like, my catching ability is horrible, bro. But that's besides the point. Is I had this insecurity in my mind, telling myself like, oh, well, you know, like, if I'm not physically better than these kids, you know, I'm smarter than them, because, oh yeah, you know, I got useless grades. Hooray! Oh my gosh, you know, like, wowzer, right? Wowzers, man. You got A's. Wow. But yeah, that was my cope, pretty much, to think that, oh yeah, I know, I'm so much better than these kids. And even as I got into more physical shape, I still couldn't catch. But I was also very still, like, arrogant and stuff. I'd always have these thoughts like, oh yeah, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, you know, I'm more in shape than you, I'm healthier than you, I'm blah, 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 all these things. But then I'd go home and, you know, I'd, like, fap or something. Some BS like that, bro. Like, I was telling myself all these things, all these lies about how much better I am, how much better my life is, right? I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. Everything's good for me. Whenever that wasn't the case. You know, it just wasn't true. It's all delusion, arrogance. And the reason why I tell you this story is because ego ruins your life. It does. It truly does. Like, for the longest time, I had this egotistical belief, thinking, oh yeah, I'm so much better than everyone else. I'm so much healthier, I'm smarter, more disciplined than everyone else. But I wasn't. I'm not. I'm not as good as I believe myself to be. And that's why I want to share this lesson to you. It's because ego ruins your life. It stagnates you. It keeps you at a certain point. Because what ego does is it makes you believe like I said, you're healthier, you're more disciplined, you're whatever. You don't need this. I'm better than this. I don't need any of this. But then you don't make any progress, and then you blame other circumstances. No, I just don't have enough time in the day. Oh no, I just, they were distracting me. You make these excuses all because of ego, and whenever the true culprit is you, right? And I don't say this to insult you. Like I just told you my story, dude. Like I've struggled with ego for like 99.99% of my life. Like I've just been realizing this stuff recently. And yeah, I just want you to have that realization that you don't need to be egotistical. The whole point is reduce your ego. You're not as great as you think you are. You need to humble yourself. Keep learning, keep pushing through, keep doing the things that you know are good for you, because they are still good for you, regardless if you think that or not. Like if someone knows better than you, trust them, okay? Like if you're listening to like a mentor for advice and you don't listen to his advice, well, what the hell are you doing, bro? Like I'm not sure how else to frame this. Like you need to humble yourself. You need to not be so fucking arrogant. And that, like, I don't mean, oh, don't be sure of yourself. Yeah, no, you can be confident. You can be confident. But there is a difference between confidence and arrogance. You see, confidence is whenever you know that you can do something. Like, relatively sure you can do something, right? Like, yeah, I can do that. Arrogance is letting other people know, being proud. Oh, yeah, like, yeah, I can do this. Hey, everyone, look at me. Look at me, I can do this. And then consider failure. Consider whenever you do fail. The confident person, they don't have to tell anyone else. They don't have to, right? They don't tell anyone else because their ego is under control. And whenever they fail, because they are human, after all, whenever they do fail, they understand the faults that they made, and they go and fix that, and they improve. But you know what the arrogant person does? The arrogant man, he fails whenever he does fail, because he is human, after all. Whenever he does fail, he has this ego telling him that he is perfect, that he's great at everything that he does. And guess what happens? He's told everyone else around him, and his ego tells him he needs to justify this. No, it wasn't me. It was someone else. They distracted me. I didn't hit that target because excuses. Not actually reflecting inwardly, admitting that you are the problem. And so he doesn't improve. But the confident man, he improves, and his life improves. But the arrogant man, he stays the same way, telling everyone, oh yeah, look at me, I can do this. But then whenever he inevitably fails, he doesn't learn from it. He doesn't get better, because all he does is make excuses. Yeah. So always remember, whenever you are aspiring to be something, don't tell people your goals. Don't tell people your massive goals, your big ambitious goals. Because if you do, you're not going to achieve them in the same way that you think. Don't gloat. Don't gloat about your goals. Oh yeah, I'm going to be here in 10 years. Yeah, oh yeah, everything's going to be great. Don't tell people that. Don't. There's really no reason to, because one, they don't give a shit, and two, whenever you tell people and they're like, oh yeah, that's great, it's just mental masturbation. It just gives you that reward that you were supposed to get whenever you achieve that goal, and so you don't even achieve it. So the best way to do this, whenever you are aspiring to big goals, is to share it to very few people, if any, and just show people that you've made it whenever you've made it, whenever you've gotten there. That is how you tell people that you've made it. And whenever you are achieving success, whenever you're on the rise, don't stop. Don't get arrogant. Don't tell people, oh yeah, look at me, I'm going to the top, guys. Look at me. Don't do that. Because that is ego again. And what that will do is it will tell your brain, like, oh yeah, I don't need to learn anymore. Your ego will tell you, oh, you're perfect. You don't need, you know everything. Whenever you don't. Whenever you're just starting out, you're rising up. You need to destroy that ego and keep learning, keep improving, so that you continue your rise to the top. And whenever you do experience failure, because you will, everyone will experience failure in their lives, accept that for what it is. Chances are it was probably your fault, right? Just like how my failures are my fault. You have to have responsibility for your life. You can't blame it on external circumstances or other people, because if you do, you're throwing away power, right? Like, it's a good thing that everything is your fault, because then you have the chance to change everything. And that's the great thing about responsibilities. Whenever you take responsibility for your life, whenever you do fail, you can improve, you can change that. And you don't have to tell everyone else about your goals. You just know that you made the mistake and you're going to fix it. So I hope this video has helped you in some way. I hope it's helped you humble yourself. And whenever you do that, whenever you go through this practice, I guess, of just like understanding your own mind, the things that you tell yourself, and you change that, and you kind of just straight rein in the ego a little bit, you will live a happier and healthier life. So thank you for watching. Go join our clan down in the description. Be better and have a W day.